What up, peeps? Back one again with the Seahawks video. This is your one pride rider 313 hit man, and yes, I am back to making videos for the week. Although I'm gonna hold my trash talking, I'm gonna hold my tongue as far as that because we're arguably the worst on 3 team in the league right now. So, for anybody that thought I wasn't gonna come back and make a video, you're sadly mistaken. Now, we're going up to 12th Man Land, aka C-Link, to face the Seattle Seahawks, Super Bowl contenders on Monday Night Football. Despite what people are saying about the Seahawks, I'm not taking them lightly at all. I'm not taking this team lightly because they almost beat the Patriots. I mean, of course, I'm not gonna bring up that play again, but which was a very dumb decision by the OC, but there was one play away from winning the Super Bowl. So for anybody that think I'm gonna crack jokes on, that play call, I'm not gonna do it. I am not gonna do it. I mean, we have yet to beat her, so I can't really say shit yet. So that pretty much tells you about my respect for the Seahawks. And I'm just gonna throw this little disclaimer out. I really have no hate for the Seahawks. None. So, I'm just going to go on with this video, while at the same time, I'm going to challenge our coaching staff to follow a game plan that will help us march to victory. Because it can be done. Yes, the Seattle Seahawks are Super Bowl contenders. Yes, they are. And they've been proving that. They've proven that year in and year out thus far. It was their third Super Bowl appearance in over, 10 or 11 years? That's pretty damn good. So, although I respect the Seahawks defense, that is a Seahawks defense that we could rough up a little bit if we do these things. As I've been seeing their games and everything, the Seahawks defense heavily relies on speed. I don't think they have much size up front. I mean, it's all speed. I mean, the linebackers are fast. Secondary is fast, with Earl Thomas, and you got Cam Bam back. Still want his money though, but and then you got Sherman. A hell of a secondary right there that we're gonna have to game plan on a higher level than we ever have before. Now, even though I'm a little bit pissed off that Caldwell said he's not going to take over the play calling duties, so I'm going to issue this very last challenge to Joe Lombardi. Step your shit up to a boss level. You got to call plays like a boss. You know what I'm saying? You haven't done that in the past 3 games. You've been very, very lethargic. Because we're going up against a Seattle defense that relies heavily on speed. And the only way to get away with it because they tackle well. The linebackers tackle, their D-line tackles very well. And their secondary is very hawkish. You throw up a lame ball against that secondary, they're going to pick it off. I mean, there's a reason that Earl Thomas is one of the best safeties in the league when healthy. And I know he had a couple of injuries and all that, but I'm going to lay down these 3 things. And I'm really talking to Caldwell and Lombardi on this one, okay? So, to Caldwell and Lombardi, we have to use max protection every time Stafford drop back and throw the ball. This normal set is not working. We're getting killed. You see what that Broncos 3-4 did to us all night long? I mean, we could barely throw on that team. Now we're going up against a Seahawks 4-3 that relies heavily on speed. And if we're not careful, Stafford's going to get sacked all night. So we got to come up with better blocking schemes that will negate their speed, because to our potential, we have the strength up front. And I don't mind Laken Tomlinson playing a little right tackle. I mean, that may be, that may be a suggestion, perhaps. If you could put your heads together, I want to see a little Laken Tomlinson at right tackle. Sprinkle him in with Waddle, whom I don't seem to trust at all, throughout this whole thing because of his health issues. Do not tell me we cannot run the ball with Abdullah when we have the best 5 men that could push that line with our strength and our little athleticism. Although I have to say our guards are not the most athletic in the league. But there are some blocking schemes that we can do to exploit the Seahawks' speed on defense. We have to do that. We can bang them up front, but we have to do it. You know what I'm saying? We're going up against a unit that relies heavily on speed. We must establish Abdullah and Megatron. We must establish them right away. We cannot be scared of the secondary. Yes, they got Sherman. Yes, they got Earl Thomas. Yes, they got Cam Bam. But let's go after them. There is success that can be made against Sherman and Earl Thomas and the rest of that secondary. We just got to make sure that we put them in the best positions to make first downs. We got the players to do it. But the big question is, will Joe Lombardi and Caldwell actually put them in those positions? If we stop putting Abdullah in kick return or special team situations and put Riddick and TJ Jones in there instead, I don't mind a Riddick off kick plays. I don't mind a TJ Jones off punt returns. I mean, he actually got more speed than Abdullah. And yes, I'm saying that, okay? We gotta get him off special teams. That is not where our workhorse and breadwinner should be. Absolutely not. Okay? Stop that. That is not smart. Number 2, we must get Golden Tate in the slot. If we could get him in the slot, we can make a killing. We can make a killing almost all game long. Because remember, Earl Thomas does have injury issues. And we could exploit some of his speed, which is slowed down a bit due to injury. Last and not least, we have to throw the ball more to Ebron. You mean to tell me that Ebron can't have catches in the middle of this defense? I don't care if Cam Bam's there. Throw it his way. Because he's a one-dimensional safety. He's a one-dimensional safety. He can hit like hell, but he can't cover. So if we hit Ebron in the seams, we can fatigue this defense effectively. And we have to do that in order to keep Beast Mode and Jimmy Graham on that bench. As much as I hate saying it, we have to use our offense as our defense. In order for our defense to effectively attack Beast Mode and Jimmy Graham, that is what makes Russell Wilson look good. Although I'm not worried about Baldwin and I'm not worried about Curse. We have to keep Beast Mode and Jimmy Graham on the bench, which means we have to make them bench warmers for the entire game, or we're going to get our ass kicked and blown out. I'm just going to sit here and say that because if we don't do that, we're going to get blown out all game long, which means their defense is rested, we get killed all night. So I'm issuing a big-time challenge to Lombardi and Caldwell. We can fix our O-line issues on Monday night, but we have to have better blocking schemes. Our blocking schemes are terrible. We can't be swinging passes to Riddick. That ain't going to cut it all night. Because they really know that's all we got right now. They're going to triple team Megatron. They're going to double team Tate. Swing passes will not work in this game. Caldwell, Lombardi, this is really your last chance to show me something. Or I'm really going to call for both of your heads. This is your last shot to prove to me, Caldwell, that you're actually a leader. And not just a guy that hung on the cleats of Peyton Manning when he was with the Colts. This is your last chance to show me something. This is a big game. We go on forward, we might as well look forward to a top 10 draft pick. And speaking of that, I don't even want Mayhew to select our next first round pick. He should be going. Right along with that idiot Lawan. They have messed up our draft classes so bad that it's such a hole on the offensive line right now. That is our biggest concern. But we can turn it around with a little max protection. We can bang this defense that relies heavily on speed. We can get to them if we just freaking execute what we have. So those are my two keys to the game. We do all that, and we establish Abdullah on the outside and just force feed that ball to Megatron and Ebron and get Tate in the slot. We could get this team. But the big question is, can Caldwell and Lombardi do it? Because if they don't, I'm calling for both of their heads. And that's all I'm going to say on this matter, man. It's your boy, 313 Hitman, repping for the One Pride Ridaz. Honolulu Blue for life. I'll see you Seahawks Monday night, alright?